Okay, well, I think we know where we're going with. Okay, we don't need to get into
I thought it was
details about
something
that, Blake,
different,
just,
but okay.
We spoke to, you know, the past lives of some of these Dota analysts, and well,
Dead
they
analysts?
chose LGD.
Okay. I don't think there are any dead Dota analysts, but anyways, let's not get hung up on that and let's get into the game. B-Cup and Black, take it away for game number 2 of MAgma vs LGD.
All right, here we go. MAgma down 1-0 LGD. LGD looking for a way to just finish off the series 2-0. Get right on into the game, and we see a smoke from LGD.
Yeah, they want to counter the very popular 5-man smoke up the triangle smoke strategy. It's a very long name.
They're not going to be near anybody on the side of MAgma. They're all on their own triangle.
They did not deploy the strategy. Unfortunate. Thought there was a good opportunity. Like, if you're not as good as another team, you know, you always want to try some cheeky first blood somewhere. You want to maybe throw in some fun curveballs in the draft, you know. But MAgma, seemingly very confident. They just draft very standard stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting. Night Stalker is... The lane is going to be a little bit tough, but if he comes out of the laning phase strong, it's going to be very tough for Dire to defend anything.
That first night could be a big problem to deal with.
Yeah. Once he gets up to his BKB, they have no counter to BKB whatsoever. And it's going to be a big problem. This Night Stalker is going to be, you know, the most important hero on this Radiant side for quite a while, I feel.
And Dust's game seems so fragile, like Lena's we've seen in the past, where if you fall behind even the slightest amount, it feels like your game's just over.
Yep. And he's laning against Puck, who is considered to be one of the better laners against Lina. But of course, Puck playing into a Nyx Assassin can get blown up quite easily as well. Dire has the tools to win this game. I just believe that, you know, LGD is just a better team. They're going to execute better.
Yeah. Now, my phone call was to the past lives of analysts, so it's their before who they were. You know, they're still alive now, but in their past lives, they also knew Dota.
So there was Dota in the past already.
Something like it. That's where they gave me, or they, you know, they watch it still.
Well, I can believe that, you know, some futuristic ability. Why not?
Stun comes out on a Faith Beyond.
Yep.
Who's sitting by himself for now until Jin-Q finally comes over. Does have just Fissure available. We've seen an Earthshaker game where an Earthshaker struggled. You're looking for Brown Boots into the blink. He's already got Brown Boots. Stun comes in. Fissure used. That locks up Kaz for a second and keeps the Arc Warden away. And for this Earthshaker, you're trying to get into a fast blink. Potentially the Shard. Maybe even the Shard first, then the blink. Sometimes it just feels like the Shard is more than enough, depending on the lineup you have.
Yeah, but that means you're very, very poor, which hopefully doesn't happen. And this Night Stalker lane is going to be very tough, because of course, Shaker with another melee hero is always tough to execute. You're really just looking for, you know, as much experience as possible heading into the first nighttime, then you can start pressuring.
So nothing to say, just throwing that Illusory Orb over, hitting that level 3 first.
Oof, miss it. RNG.
Would have been a deny.
Yep.
Blocking this pull. I like this idea.
Yeah. I mean, Jin-Q, his job is literally just give the Night Stalker a 1v1. Try to get as much experience as possible, as I said, on the Night Stalker. First nighttime, you want to go ham. Or at least pressure the Arc Warden, who's going to be sitting at like level 4, you know, quite far away from his power spike, which is level 6, of course.
Just open up the lane a little bit, or open up the map a little bit for Ame, because we've seen Wraith Kings just get out of control.
Yeah, and bot lane is really easy for Wraith King. He just sustains way too much. You know, all the spam they can dish out there, doesn't really matter. You heal like 20 health per hit. Too much sustain.
And he's already top of the CS.
Yep.
So, in a good spot. I don't expect it to really get much worse unless he was to get caught out.
Yeah, like A is off pulling somewhere and you get caught out alone. Nice Fissure block.
Yeah, Dust
Follow
having a
up
run.
the
Illusory Orb jaunting over to it. Dragon Slave, but Dust, he'll survive. Ooh, Souse.
Yep. Both here just casting himself. Careful the Courier. All right.
Yeah, finally stops that salve. Courier does end up surviving, just barely.
Yep, already has his bottle on the Puck. Lina still waiting for hers. Needs one more CS.
And Cold Feet proccing on TZY. Down bottom again, just opening up all this room for Ame.
Yep. Who just continues to right-click creeps, and it just heals so much. 20% of your damage, which is like 20 health per hit. Too much sustain. It's brutal.
Trying to get this
Nice.
pull off, but that's not going to come.
Yep.
Fissure hits two. Kaz in a bad spot. Pops the Spike Carapace. Wisely, Faith Beyond doesn't attack or go after it.
Yep. Good recognition there.
Still just 0-0 in 4 minutes. It's been the party over mid.
Yep. I mean, we're going to see an even bigger party here with the minute 4 runes, of course. Are we going to see 6 heroes this time or only 5? Possibly 4.
I don't think we see 6. All you
Well,
need
we're
is
seeing
the
5 though.
All you need is the Earthshaker. You don't need much more.
Yep. Nyx secured the rune. Double damage. Has to be a little bit careful now. The Night Stalker, he can get blown up by his double damage. Nyx Assassin. A lot of
Like
health
Faith
coming
Beyond's
out.
fine.
He has to be careful. Nyx is coming with the double damage.
Yeah, but you've also got Jin-Q. Should be able to throw a Fissure and block them out if they do get too comfortable moving in.
Yep, missed a couple of those Spark Raves. Has to be a little bit careful.
So still just waiting on that first blood, but Ame still holding the line at top of the CS. Innocent's taking some damage.
Close.
Cold Feet doing some back to Mian Mian.
Yep, almost in range for the Ray Fire Blast. And now it's nighttime. Of course, Night Stalker is not super strong because he has been struggling a little bit in lane.
He's only 18-2 right now. He wants to get to this night, eventually maybe get to the Blink Dagger. Then you just jump to the back lines, get on top of the Skywrath Mage, make his life pretty much impossible.
Yeah, I mean, you can already see a big pressure coming out here. Fissure.
Yeah, they know that the Nyx Assassin was near the puck, so holding this Fissure, finally landing it onto Shylock in trouble. Nyx Assassin coming back, lands the stun. They might have the damage to get the kill on a Faith Beyond, but there's the Void, eats the Fairy Fire. First blood for Faith Beyond. Kaz unable to help enough.
Night Stalker. Of course, one of the strongest heroes hitting nighttime. It makes use of it right away. Level 3 Void. Oh, there's so much damage from those skeletons.
Yeah, TZY. We were talking about this off screen.
Look,
how
now they're
strong
just
the
chasing him into the
skeletons
tower. Look at this. They're crazy.
are. Well, they're just bones.
And
They
then
have
they
no brains.
respawn. They don't have brains, that is true. Looking also here for the first puck coil rotation, possibly even bottom. He could TP very soon with the power rune it just picked up and the cane rune, perfect for him. Wouldn't be surprised to just see a TP bottom, just to get that kill on the Mars or smoke up. To the Arc Warden again. If he dies again, his game is delayed heavily already. Level 4 only, rushing Midas, no boots even. And he's not feeling safe at all. He's retreating to the jungle. Lina TP top to defend the tower.
Jin-Q spotting Kaz. Spike Carapace stuns up Jin-Q for a second. Dream Coil hits the Lina. A game that's very fragile here for the Lina, so if Lina dies, this is a problem. Dust, though, half health, lands the stun onto Jin-Q. Dragon Slave, not enough damage just yet coming from behind. They've silenced up the Night Stalker. One more shot needed to get the kill on the Dust. Into the trees, avoids the stun. There's the Void taking out the Lina. Now looking over at Kaz. Gets a little bit of mana back, but hit by that Fissure and taken to the grave. 2 there for LGD.
Yep, great rotation. Good smoke play. They did not see it on the dire side. Got completely caught off guard. And you can see this Night Stalker Dark Ascension is just doing so much work. It's so hard to like really lock him down. Lina tried her best, you know, just bursting him, but sitting at 1.2k health. Too much.
Night Stalker already doing what he was picked for, and that's running heroes down.
Yep. All this while, Wraith King free farming.
Yeah.
But Shylock getting close to his Midas. Needs 400 more gold.
But it's tough. Like, he's pushed out of his lane. He's over mid now.
Yeah, now Wraith King has his Midas.
Yeah. And we've seen it. Midas, Radiance. Game's over, basically.
Yeah, he just farms too fast nowadays with all these skeletons coming out.
Stack for Dust, just trying to make up some ground. And Earthshaker going into the Arcane Boots. So delaying the Blink Dagger, delaying the Shard. We've seen this from Earthshakers before. Although the last time we saw it, it was an Earthshaker having a very poor game and not one that's going as well as this.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe he can justify it a little bit because this game is going so well, but I'm still not the biggest fan of it. I feel like a magic wand into the blink is usually the better option. Skyraf TPs out of top lane, which indicates that they're just going to give up this tower. Don't want to fight into the Puck and Night Stalker at nighttime. And they're going to try to trade for bottom tower. We'll see if LGD choose to defend this. I think they can, especially when Wraith King hits level 7. Can get a point into a Reincarnation.
They glyph the top tier 1.
Yeah.
And
Puck is TPing already.
Yeah, gonna TP out. Look over bottom. Silence Dream Coil on a 2. Will anybody join him here? Snapping it on the Nyx Assassin. Dust is over as well. So 4 heroes. Has a double damage too. It's tough for Nothing to Say to defend this now without the Dream Coil. Throws an Illusory Orb out, gets slowed, but nobody can follow that up. This is a tier 1 tower that will inevitably drop.
Yeah, he did what he could. He delayed it by like 20 seconds. Not bad at all. While they also got the top tower, of course. They just want to get the mid tower next, and they want to be able to invade the triangle of the Arc Warden, because that's where it's going to be sitting for most of the game. Now completed his Midas. And he's sitting top of the net worth, the Mars, actually. I
like this too from the Ancient Apparition. He takes over mid, and even, you know, just the last game, once he got 6, he overwhelmed MAgma. I mean, obviously, they had the setups for it, but they still do here. Dream Coil, Ice Blast, Wraith Fire Blast, Ice Blast, Fissure Ice Blast.
It's not as easy as before with the chains,
but it's there.
But it is there, for sure. And PSG is definitely a team that can pull that off quite easily, I would imagine.
Yeah, you can see their communication feeling like it's running at all cylinders.
Yep. He chose to go for Veil on Puck, actually. Interesting pickup. Most of the time we see either like your Travels or Treads into Witchblade. Haven't seen the Veil in quite a bit. But of course, it makes a lot of sense together with the AA Vortex. Amplifying that magic damage by a lot.
They're doing a lot of damage real quick. Phase Boots picked up for Ame. Believe. Be sent over, now going Radiance.
Yeah, but MAgma currently holding the gold lead.
Dream Coil used on the Skywrath Mage. They've got the Silence, and he's got nowhere to go. Faith Beyond, he's on a killing spree, taking out Mian Mian.
Yep, that's a freebie. And they're looking to transition that into a mid tower. Dark Ascension is available. I would love to see them try to use Arena to defend this, and they will. Good. They need to hold this tower. They can't give it up.
They'll try, but they're behind quite a bit. It's tough. I would say even if the Wraith King gets involved here, like, you could be in some trouble. Especially if he's got Reincarnation.
He chose not to skill ult yet. He's holding a point. Very good.
He can pick it up if need be.
Yeah. Always want to do that. Late game. Who's favored late game? I would probably say Radiant, simply because they have 3 scaling cores.
And it just depends on breaking the high ground against an Arc Warden, right?
Yeah, but Night Stalker is one of the better heroes to do that with. He's actually going drums, not into the BKB. Not a big fan of that at all. BKB this game is absolutely needed for him just to be able to break the backline, because they have nothing against BKB. Like, none of their heroes go through BKB until Lina buys an Agon Scepter, if he chooses to do that.
Or even the Blink Dagger to jump to the backline, right?
Yeah, I'm very surprised he's going for the drum. It doesn't look too great, to be honest.
Take out this ward. Bit of gold going the way of Faith Beyond. Nyx Assassin invis near the mid-tier 1, which was getting pressured earlier by LGD. The pace of this game so far, though, benefiting this Wraith King, who continues to just farm for that Radiance.
But also the Arc Warden completely free farming for the past 5 minutes. Almost up to his Maelstrom.
Innocence. And they've got the damage. Should have a kill with the Mystic Flare. First Mystic Flare gets a kill on an Innocence. Not a massive kill to get, but one nonetheless.
Yep. Good rotation there by the 2 supports. Actually a support duo that can kill anyone quite easily. A lot of damage on them. Shinkyu on a good pace to the Blink Dagger. Needs about 700 more gold.
And then he's also got that shard queued up.
Yeah, but Wraith can kick him out of the lane. He's like, enough.
Yeah, he popped the skeletons and then TP'd top.
Yeah, a lot of pressure bottom. You always have to respond. Like, if 8 skeletons get popped, you just need to respond immediately.
Ooh. Nothing to
whiff.
say, dropping the coil and whiffing. And then go for the fail. They're still showing they go for Dark Ascension too.
It's a big commitment.
They need to at least get this tier 1 tower to make it even slightly worth it.
Arena.
Yule's into the air, Ice Blast towards the back. That hits 3. Might deter them from coming in because you've got nothing to say. Diamond in deep, they get the kill on a Dust. Silence onto this Night Stalker. Faith Beyond finally falls. Earthshaker coming in. He's holding onto an Echo Slam. Fissure comes through. It looks like he might drop it. There it is, right on top of Kaz. They get the kill onto the Nyx Assassin, taking out MAgma. And now looking to go for Shylock. However, Jin-Q gets speared and killed by TZY. Wraith King shows up to the fight. He and Nothing to Say are alive.
Yeah, that was
Shylock
the
and TZY.
Yule's reveal on the Mars. Getting a really good arena on the Night Stalker, but again, that's why you need this BKB, you know? Like, if you want a frontline, you gotta be able to get out of that arena.
Yeah. And Night Stalker survived for a while in that arena. Took on a lot of pressure. The Ice Blast hit 3 on the back.
Yeah, Lina got blown up like from full health.
Yeah.
One puck combo, one Ice Blast, he would shattered immediately. But Wraith King, of course, nowhere near his power spike yet. He needs another 2,000 gold to finish his Radiance. Once that's online, I'd imagine the pressure to ramp up quite a bit.
He was feeling comfortable enough to join in, so he might even get involved at times with just the Sacred Relic.
Yeah, definitely possible. Of course, Arc Warden, you know, even though you have tools to deal with it, you never really just want to let him go unchecked. It's still an Arc Warden, a double Midas. If he reaches that late game, we have seen many times how far and how long it can drag out the game.
Yeah, making it difficult to go up the high ground for the opposing team. Even, you know, when an Arc Warden loses, it's still just so tough.
Yeah, it feels like it's always like a 30, 40k gold lead for the other team, but it just can't end the game.
And right now, net worth sitting even. Arc Warden, 700 gold behind this Wraith King.
Yeah, Wraith King is super rich. As expected.
Shard being built for the Earthshaker. He's got this Blink Dagger. Probably going to try and stay out of vision for another 40 seconds. Get that Echo Slam available again and make something happen. But he may be needed here. Wraithfire Blast, Ice Blast. They get the kill onto MAgma very quickly. The Dream Coil is down right on top of Dust. Fissure over. Nyx Assassin caught. They've only taken out the Skywrath Mage for now, but here comes the Night Stalker. Silence on a Dust. They'll give chase. Cold Feet procs on TZY at the same time. They're going after Kaz. They've given up on Dust. They get the kill on the Nyx Assassin. They'll follow it up with one more on TZY. 3 heroes dead on the side of MAgma, and nothing lost for LGD.
Oh, still stalking the Lina here. Nah, but he saw him. Gonna be just fine. It was Skywrath taking the front lines. Very interesting.
Yeah.
He should be the ones on the back lines. Gets blown up immediately, like in a split second. Without your Skywrath, you're lacking a massive amount of damage. He got a pretty good arena off, but no Skywrath means no damage. Yeah. They really did Mystic Flare.
He needs to sit back a little bit more.
Yeah, that was way too far ahead. He was ahead of his Mars in a smoke gang. Pretty poor communication there.
Tempest double down top. LGD are here inside the jungle. And just cleaning up these camps as Ame is really close to this Radiance. Midas, now even closer.
And now he has it.
So yeah, having that Radiance, he probably will feel free to just join these fights. I don't expect him to be hesitant as he's been pretty aggressive up to this point already. And help get those kills over bottom. Didn't have the Radiance, just the Sacred Relic, but the extra damage more than enough to make something happen.
Yep. I mean, sometimes it's a little bit annoying to have the Radiance against the Nyx Assassin Carapace, of course. But, you know, it's just a super good item on Wraith King.
Echo Slam committed onto MAgma. Look over for the Skywrath. Ice Blast in. If you're going to stand still, you're going to get hit by the Ice Blast. Innocence ready to go and getting a long throw on that Ice Blast for the kill.
Dust in trouble here.
Dust spotted, Cold Feet with the Wraithfire Blast. Just obliterated, and we've talked about the Lina. If you die a couple times, that game slows down, you don't output as much, and you fall really far behind.
0-3-0.
Yep.
Not involved in a single kill on the mid Lina.
Yeah, and behind the Night Stalker, only slightly ahead of the Earthshaker.
Yeah.
You can feel it. Like there was a kill over mid, a couple kills afterwards, and now you just have a Lina that really doesn't do much of anything without her items.
Yeah, now it really feels like this is going to be one of those typical Arc Warden high ground defense games. Like it's shaping up to be, you know? You have this Lina that's really scared to be on the front line. Your Mars is quite far away from his BKB, so you don't really have anyone that can just take the front line against his Wraith King, which is always a huge problem. Who's itemizing now to a Blink Dagger to be able to cut onto the backline as well. Of course, you need it against the Arc Warden.
And they find the Nyx Assassin. Fissure comes in. Void with cold feet, he's going to freeze over. They've also got the Dream Coil around onto Nyan. They get the kill on both supports. Nothing to say with a double. He is feeling good on this puck so far. And it's Wraith King who shows up out of the jungle for a second. Not really needed, but he's there. You know, if you need him, he'll be there.
Making it look easy again.
Yeah. All of a sudden up 5K. This game was even just a couple minutes ago. They'll look for a tier 1 tower over mid. You can see on the graph as it just jumps up, LGD really start to take advantage. You've got a Yules for the Lina, which might just extend your life, but it doesn't feel like an item that's going to make much happen.
Well, at least he has a tool of initiation now, which they badly needed. Mars, 200 gold off his Blink Dagger. I'm not a big fan of Yules plus Blink pretty much ever on Mars. I feel like it's either one or the other, and then into the BKB. Just building both doesn't really make you any tanky or anything, you know?
Just about that Tempest double. They still have Arc Warden to work with. He's playing well enough where he's keeping up slightly with the Wraith King in terms of net worth. Going into a Gleipnir first.
Not a big fan at all.
We'll see how that works out for him.
Like Mjolnir, like I feel like Gleipnir on this hero is such a bait. Like you lose the 80 attack speed you get from Mjolnir. The active is nice, but it's not good enough.
On the Ancient Apparition, Phase Shift Yules with the Arena. Can they get the kill onto the puck? They've got the Mystic Flare. There's the Echo Slam coming down on the 2 as well as the Ice Blast. The Wombo combo sitting down right away. TZY, he ends up dead. So does Dust. Setting him up and knocking him down. It's that combo that is so famous of just the Echo Ice Blast.
Yep, losing the puck, but still a very worthwhile trade. Killing both the Lina and the Mars. They're probably going to be looking at Roshan relatively soon. Dire does not really have the means to fight them right now.
They don't have the means to fight, and it feels like every exchange that they're taking at the moment is costing them even more.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem with Arc Warden though. Like, you've got to make space for him, you know? And like we said, at Arc Warden, a lot of teams that played, you know, they're just waiting to lose. And it kind of feels like it's heading that way, you know? Where it's like 8k gold now.
You're farming, you're trying to be there, you're trying to be top of the net worth, but at the end of the day, it's just to defend your base and have a sliver of a hope to turn it around on a high ground push.
Yeah.
And it's just the way we've seen this hero throughout the region. And you know, that includes SCA, because we're covering both, and like, it just feels like that's what you're getting at the moment.
Yeah, it's never really Arc Warden.
Coming through onto the Arc Warden, if they want to go to the high ground, he snaps it. Ice Blast coming in some trouble. Shylock forced back. He's also silenced up. They land the spear onto the Wraith King, trying to take away his first life. And there it goes. But the Fissure lands on a 2, still has the shard, silence there. And it's just the crippling fear, making sure these heroes on the side of MAgma can't get anything done. They get the kill into Dust. They look over at Kaz. He's running away. Gleipnir, damage onto the Wraith King. Ame hit with another stun from Kaz. And the spear pushing him back. They might be able to get the kill into the Wraith King finally, but they end up losing Shylock. Down goes TZY, looking over at Kaz up into the air and down to reality as he is dead again. Nothing to say does fall, but this is LGD again, just putting the hurt onto MAgma and cutting through them like butter.
Very close there for the Wraith King, you know. It was almost a bait coil where they all got baited into the base. Very good Master Arena, but they're just so far behind at this point that they just don't have this damage.
So we take a look at it again. It all started with them jumping onto Kaz. He got the Spike Carapace off, stunned up this Earthshaker, and the Dream Coil from Nothing to Say is away from his team, but it makes sure that Shylock is in a bad spot because he's going to get hit by that Ice Blast. That's where the focus is. They get the first life out of the hands of the Wraith King, but this isn't enough. The Fissure comes through. It hits onto the Tempest Double as well as the Lina, and I believe also on that Nyx Assassin. A lot of these heroes silenced by the crippling fear. Not much they can really accomplish. They are getting the Gleipnirs out, but they're just not getting the damage to follow it up.
Yeah, and that's what we see here. I feel like if he had a Mjolnir this fight, would have resulted in at least 2 or 3 kills. again, this Gladmir, in my opinion, is just a huge bait item on heroes like Arc Warden. Looks really fun, really good on paper, you know, but you're losing a lot of damage potential, which is ultimately what you want to do as Arc Warden.
Smoke up from LGD.
Yep, looking for another fight. 13k ahead now. Wraith King finishes BKB, who is not joining the smoke at all. What? Why not?
Not needed. Innocence smoke gets popped. They've got the Dream Coil on the backlines once again. Arena down around the Earthshaker as well as the Ancient Apparition. So they've got the support surrounded by the walls of the Coliseum that comes with this arena. Ice Blast leading it, going towards Dust. A little bit short. That's not a Super Bowl throw that they needed, but it's not going to matter. They get that kill anyway on the MAgma. They lose the Ancient Apparition. Shylock's Tempest Double has the damage to do so. And TZY still getting chased. Fails, silence with the Waning Rift coming over his Faith Beyond. And they've got the Void. They'll have the Illusory Orb. They'll take out TZY.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that Arme wasn't in the fight to begin with. Like, he should be in front line at every fight right now. Like, he continued to farm. Yeah, it's, I mean, I'm not sure why he thought it was better, you know? I don't think they need to trade anyone in any fight at this point. They're just way too strong with all these BKBs.
Yeah.
Oh, good stun, but no follow-up.
Doesn't need to risk it, going for the Swift Blink. Farming right into that. That is a big bump for him as well.
I'm surprised he's not going to AC rather than Swift Blink. Maybe he feels they're so far ahead, you know, he just wants to try something out.
Yeah. You've got a 15,000 net worth lead. You're leading 24-8. It's an opportunity maybe to just go a little bit more greedy with your build going into the Swift Blink before the AC. But let's say they fight. Does it go right? He might switch. It's a long way to get to the Swift Blink and a long time to think about if that's the item you want to commit to.
Yeah, now finally setting up for the Roshan that we've been talking about. Should be pretty uncontested. Arc Warden, I don't think feels comfortable at all leaving base. You can see it, he's already sitting at the tier 3 towers. Don't think he has left base in the past 2 minutes.
This is like when we used to see Arc Warden holding the Divine Rapiers and just sending the Tempest Double out.
Yeah, like, it just feels terrible to lose this way, you know? Like, you're just sitting in base, you're waiting to lose.
Yeah. But that's, again, it's what we've talked about, what Arc Warden feels like at times. And this isn't just MAgma. It's not us harping on MAgma. It's a lot of teams that have picked this Arc Warden who have kind of fallen into this game plan of, okay, all the marbles are on Arc Warden. If he can farm, maybe we stand a chance. We'll defend at the high ground. That's the game plan from here on out.
Yeah. Really, there's only a select few teams who I believe can make Arc Warden work. They play very differently from others. They play very aggressively with him. Whereas most teams, Ice Blast.
Arena down, and Spear misses. Phase Shift used, going for the silence. They've got the Void, no way for Mars to get out of this one. Dream Coil lands on a Kaz as well as the Fissure to follow that up. They've got the Totem from a distance to keep him stunned. Stun is out. Spike Carapace hits onto the Night Stalker. They've only killed off TZY up to this point. They'll go after MAgma and Illusory Orb, Waning Rift, keeping up with him. They'll take out the Skywrath Mage, as well as Kaz dying to that Night Stalker of Faith Beyond.
Yep, and Arc Warden very safe at the tier 4 towers. Like, it's just a recurring story. In both China and SEA regions, every Arc Warden game we see is played like this.
Has been this, yeah.
Every Arc Warden game. No exception, even.
You know, even the
best teams.
Well, yeah, even the more like top teams have fallen into this as well.
Yeah, it's just like a trap you put yourself into. Oh, this zero looks really good here. They will never be able to break high ground. They don't have to. They just get like a 40k gold lead, as we said. 20k gold lead already. Sitting in base in Dota, you almost always lose. You are waiting for enemies to make mistakes. That's the worst way to go about a game, in my opinion.
And in a lot of these Arc Warden games, it becomes like one team controls 90% of the map. You control your stairs and back.
Pretty much.
And that's where you're getting your farm. Creeps pushing in.
And you're the only one who's getting farm as well.
Yeah, so the rest of your team is falling behind.
Yeah, like Lina at 10k net worth, Mars at 8.7. It just feels... Shaker actually overtaking the Night Stalker in farm. Has an Octarine core.
As well as the Ice Blast coming in on the Dust. Cold Feet trying to survive. Meanwhile, MAgma taken out by Ame. Goes after Dust. Won't shatter to that Ice Blast. But it is close.
I can't believe the Shaker has an Octarine core.
Yeah, he's been farming up quite a bit.
He's massive. Damn.
has the Shard, Blink, went into that Aether Lens, eventually finished off the Octarine core. Feels pretty pristine from him. But it's no surprise we've seen Jin pretty much every game they've played been a star on every hero. I don't... Has he repeated a hero yet in 3 series?
Don't think so.
It's either like one hero he's repeated, but he's certainly playing quite the variety at the moment.
Now here we see the high ground Aqua on defense, and Radiant will just back off, control both Ancients, control the map, you know, just farm up more. It's going to be hard to break this deadlock.
Yeah, so...
Or this contain, rather.
Jin yet to repeat a hero. Tusk, Wyvern, Monkey King. Oh, no, sorry. He repeated Earthshaker. He played Earthshaker, then Pango, Puck, Earthshaker again. So just this one hero he's repeated.
How dare he? How dare he play this hero so well that they have to pick it multiple times?
The crazy thing is, though, on his page, there's not one repeat in the last 10 games, so... You know, you could see just the variety in the pool that he's got, and I think that really does enable this LGD lineup at times.
Yep. I mean, it's a damn good team, has a very good lineup. And, I mean, we're just waiting for the moment where the gold lead is too overwhelming that they can break high ground. That's all that Radiant is playing for now. They're just choking them out, farming all side lanes, farming both jungles. 4 bounties picked up as well. So what did you have for breakfast?
Pudding.
Puddings?
Vanilla pudding.
Vanilla, okay, that's best. I thought you were a chocolate guy.
A little cup of pudding. Tastes better here than it does in the US.
European dairy products are amazing.
Yules into the spear that's going to land onto the Puck as well as the Mystic Flare. They get themselves the first life out of the hands of the Puck. They TP immediately out of this, but the Dream Coil committed. He knew where the Mars went. Now Spike Carapace. That was used to stop Ame for a second. Mars tried to TP out, won't be successful. TZY is gone. Jin taken out by Shylock. So, again, they're losing a hero there that maybe they don't need to the Arc Warden. Obviously, it's showing the power of the Arc Warden. Again, we've reiterated this point plenty of times, talking about how going over the high ground against him is very difficult. But if they can catch Shylock here, it's a problem.
Yeah, he's fine. Protect our boss is the name of the game for the dire side.
As much as he can.
Yep. Again, you know, like when you are in this position, you know you're in a great, almost overwhelming position. It's very easy to fall into some level of, you know, what's the word?
False sense of security? Or comfort?
False sense of security, yeah. Where you just, you know, don't play 100% anymore, you're not as focused, because you know the enemy is just sitting in the base the entire time. Yeah. Which, of course, shouldn't happen, but, you know, these lapses of focus sometimes do occur.
It's like in pubs when they say end, please.
And then you try to end.
And then you just kind of like farm the map, and then you try to end, and you lose the fight because you get lazy.
Yeah, and then they kill you, and then they have a comeback.
And then you type into the chat, why are you defending? And you said end.
Yeah, nice GG.
Yeah. So, Wraith King going into the Abyssal Blade. Finds the Tempest double. This will be a good chunk of farm for him to grab.
360. Easy gold. Is it 360 or 300, actually?
I think it's 3.
There's going to be a lot of others. Like, you know how they have like the gold income at the end of the game?
Yeah.
Others is going to be a lot. Unless it counts under hero, I'm not sure.
And then the Arc Warden now has Daedalus, so it's got some damage.
He's farmed for sure, but it's, again, this you can't win Dota 1v4.
Finding Miam Ame with another kill.
He clapped him once on the forehead and he just exploded.
Dream Coil taking out the Courier of Innocence, but that's not really worth it. 2-man stun, cold feet procking. Ame still burns him out. You may freeze, but I'll melt you down.
Mars in the back line here, trying to set something up.
He just wants the Tempest double. He wants more of that gold.
He might be able to find a pick-off here on the AA. There's a gem. But he's not alone. But he doesn't know. He didn't see the Shaker. Now he saw the Shaker.
Stacking.
It's so desperate what they're doing, like these moves, you know? Like the Mars hiding at the Ancients, trying to pick off someone. But he can't even do it alone. He has no damage.
He's waiting there for a while, too.
Yeah, what is he doing there? He has to be careful. 3 more minutes, he gets an abandon.
Radiant are scanning.
Does it actually work in programs? I've never seen it.
Game will not count, MMR.
I've like never seen one not get XP for 5 minutes.
Still waiting here.
I don't know what he's planning.
Like a shark in the water, hoping to find his prey. Waiting for that moment.
Maybe he wants to steal the entire stack. Nope, still waiting.
Actually, I don't like shark in the water analogy. I like it, you know, just a cheetah waiting in the bushes, waiting to pounce. Feels a lot more.
Yeah, but he's more like a little kitten, to be honest.
Ooh, did he get spotted by that courier? He's scared. He's rattled.
Yeah.
And there's the Yules. Arc Warden coming in on him. So they've got the spear. They land the arena, and they'll get the kill on a Jin-Q. Finally striking. With the BKB being popped here by Faith Beyond, though, going after Dust. One click from Ame. Splits the Lina in half.
One more right click from the Lina, he would have died on Night Stalker.
Spike Carapace, but silenced with the Waning Rift, trying to get away. Crippling Fear, silenced again, chased down, killed off. Another one there for LGD, 33-10.
He went into a Moonshard on the Night Stalker.
Just hitting away, man. No one can stop him.
Yeah. Again, just extending the lead.
Shard for this Wraith King.
28k gold.
Super unnecessary.
I mean, it's just a nice addition. You know, you spawn a skeleton on everyone.
True.
Or a couple of skeletons even. How many? 3. 3 per hero. That is 15 skeletons plus 8 skeletons. How much is that? You'd like to do math?
Yeah, but Lacoste told me to stop doing math.
Well,
I was only embarrassing myself. I don't know. I don't have the confidence anymore. What, 15 plus 8, 23?
That's
if you got
good.
the extra skeleton talent.
Which is plus 6. How much is that?
It's 29 skeletons.
Well done, well done.
Look at that.
Proud of you. That's what happens when I turn into Titan mode.
Plus Octarine Core minus this.
Yep. The percentages are always, of course, they're not additive. What is the other word? Multiplicative. Yeah. It's always very hard to calculate that stuff. That's why we have smart people behind the scenes, which are not us.
No, never me.
We are just, you know, the plebs.
Midas for Shylock. Off cooldown.
Very good information there. Now he's going to use it on the catapult, possibly.
Massive Pitus. Going into Roche.
Actually not using the Midas. Now he did.
No way for them to really contest this unless they want to jump and swipe the Aegis just to deny it from the
Nyx is
Radiant
trying
side.
that. Got caught
But
out
he gets
though.
caught. And there's the quick kill.
Yep. So Aegis and Cheese probably on Puck and Night Stalker. That means they have 3 lives extra.
Ooh. Okay, so Night Stalker takes the Aegis.
Yeah, but that Moonshot, trying to bash a lot of people with that Basher. Bash, bash.
100% of the time, you bash every time.
Yeah, except when you don't, which is every time.
Depends on, you know, where RNGesus is at that game, with you or against you.
Trying to break high ground again, but of course, the bubble. This is so silly.
Yeah.
Jump to Arc Warden.
They'll
Blown
go
up
for it on the
immediately.
back line. They take out Shylock with
No
basically
buyback.
no resistance. They get the kill on the MAgma, dead for 80 seconds. They'll look over at TZY. The chase is on. Faith Beyond ripping through this Mars. 3 heroes dead on the side of MAgma, looking to make it more. Dust first hit bashed. And ooh, the BKB still can't make it into the base. Finally, the fissure melts. And he'll make it back.
The fissure melts.
Kind of just dissolves back into the ground. Makes the ground flush once more. They'll move on in. Go towards the tier 4s. And there's the Abyssal Blade blowing up Yan. Arc Warden now has buyback. He'll use it. Wraith King's in pretty deep, but they've got the Ice Blast. They'll take out Dust.
Skeletons.
They'll finish off this Kaz Nyx Assassin. And all you've got is Lina as well as the Arc Warden. And they are being kept in their base by Earthshaker. The Fissure, the Totems, just not allowing them to move. So LGD, they end up taking the 2-0 over MAgma, get back on the winning margin, and well, they looked really good over this MAgma team.
Yeah, I mean, not surprising, unfortunately. You know, we said if you're the weaker team, you gotta throw some curveballs, you know, try something